Hi, welcome back to WOW, the Wealth Optimization Workshops. Delighted to continue on with the health protection segment of our planning here. This is a very important part that people often forget about. We've touched now on the needs for disability, income replacement insurance, critical illness coverage, long-term care benefits. Now I'm going to talk about positioning these as a comprehensive health protection. In an ideal world, you should have all three. You should, because it's going to cover you much better. However, if you're just going to choose one or two components of the plan, then I want to make sure you understand where they fit, where they don't, where one's going to be more beneficial than another, because they are not identical. Having one is not the same as having three. All right, so let's take a look. Critical illness coverage, we talked about, that's what CII is, critical illness insurance. That is a big lump sum benefit. So it is a one-time payout. So for example, if you had $100,000 as your benefit, you choose the size of the plan you want. But if you get diagnosed with one of those 25 health conditions, it will pay you $100,000 tax-free. Spend the money on whatever you need to help with your recovery so you can focus on getting better and not worrying about your finances. Does that make sense? Beautiful. Then there's long-term disability or disability insurance. It's called DI. Typically that is giving you 66 2/3% of your income, so 2/3 of your income tax-free. More often than not, people have a plan where it only gives you that income for 2 years in your own occupation, and then at age 65, if you're disabled where you can't work in any occupation up until traditional retirement. Income replacement is extremely important. Can you live on 2/3 of your income? That's something to be thinking about. The other piece is, right, what happens after retirement if you didn't get better? What if nothing happened to you and it happens to you after retirement? So that's where long-term care planning can fit in. It's also a tax-free income stream. You choose the size, isn't capped at 2/3 of your income. You decide how you need it. It's going to be more serious conditions, those 2 of 6 activities of daily living or deteriorated mental ability, cognitive impairment that we talked about. It's for more of the serious stuff. Right, you can't go off because you got a sore back or you're not feeling too good. Okay, it's going to be the serious stuff, but it will pay for life and it never cuts you off. You can carry it right through your retirement years for as long as you live. So each can be a good plan, but they're going to trigger for different situations. So for example, okay, let's say you had cancer or maybe a heart attack. Right, very common health issues. Right? What would you get with critical illness coverage? It'd give you $100,000 to help you deal with that crisis. What would you get on disability? Replace 2/3 of your income. For how long? Until you can go back to work. So that may not pay a lot. Long-term care, depending on how serious the cancer heart attack is, you may not even need any long-term care at all. So in this case, something like critical illness benefits might be the best option. Right? Now, what if you had something like a severe depression? What if you had something like lower lumbar issues in your back? Okay, well maybe on those back issues you might get a long-term care claim if you needed assistance, but you may not. You're not going to get a claim here at all on critical illness. So disability would be the best fit if you can't go to work because of whatever health issue you have, carpal tunnel or whatever the case might be. It's going to give you some income replacement while you're getting better or maybe retraining into some different career. So that could be a good fit. Now, what if it's a long-term debilitating condition, a stroke where you don't really recover and have ongoing paralysis? What if it's Parkinson's? What if it's MS? What if it's ALS? Some motor neuron disease, something of that. What if it's a serious injury where you're paralyzed or have serious injuries that you're not going to recover from? Disability is going to replace some of your income while you can't work, so that's an important benefit. Long-term care could provide you an income stream your entire life, even if you live into your elder years. Critical illness benefits going to give you a lump sum, that's great, but that may not be enough. What happens when that money runs out? Right? If you're not going to recover, are you going to need a longer term income stream that lasts as long as you do? Probably going to. So what's my point? Different plans protect you in different ways. All three are fantastic and incredible. We realize though you're dealing with a budget. If you're going to pick and choose one plan over another and not have all three for affordability, at least make sure you understand the pros and cons of each, where each one's going to fit. Because the problem is, we don't know what's going to be wrong with you in the future. What kind of health crisis will you have? How will it impact your life? Will it be in a young age? Will it not be till your elder years? So there's a lot of gray area there, so you need to understand the pros and cons of each and how each can be a beneficial protection for you and the people you love. Hope that makes sense. Look forward to talking to you more.